some of that natural instinct against the quality pace of the West Indies fast bowlers, but it's good to see a player given a chance who's made some runs on this tour. Now, he hasn't made it against this side.
75 for West Indies A. An exciting young prospect.
Fantastic. And it seems to me that perhaps the way to make some runs is play against Zimbabwe, but they're not playing against Zimbabwe here today. And look, it's always great, Robin, to be at a ground, particularly in a team event where a youngster makes his debut. And who knows, we may be sitting there watching cricket in 15 years' time. This kid may well be a superstar in the making, but he's the youngest ever West Indian first-class player, just 15 when he represented Guyana in 1996. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the kid play. He's got the facility here today to collect his thoughts in the field, and that's always a nice thing for a young batsman, I think, to field first. He can enjoy the atmosphere, cope with it all. Hopefully, maybe a run out, maybe a catch, just to get him into the game in the first couple of hours.
Nice back foot stroke by Mohammad Wasim. Outfield is very fast as Rian King gives chase and pulls up. So the first boundary of the innings, and a good-looking shot from Mohammad Wasim at the end of the over. It now moves on to 6 without loss. Beautifully taken. Magnificently held by Adams. That's a great catch. And to his wrong side, his right-hand side, he's a natural left-hander. Walsh strikes, a little extra bounce. Mohammad Wasim goes, and the West Indies have made an early breakthrough.
Well, this is spectacular cricket. Courtney Walsh pitching it just a little short. Mohammad Wasim looking to make some room, and look at that diving effort in the air and picking it up inches from the ground. The kind of start that the West Indies were hoping for, and they've got it once again. Mohammad Wasim goes for 4, and Pakistan 7 for 1.
Yunus Khan has come in to replace Mohammad Wasim, out to the last ball of the previous over from Courtney Walsh. Ambrose now starts a new over. And what a catch.
This is brilliant cricket from Jimmy Adams. He's been outstanding in the field, and this was a spectacular catch. Mohammad Wasim not really fading the extra bounce, and beautifully taken by Jimmy Adams. Diving full length and taking it up with just a single hand. Beautifully taken.
Gone. Campbell takes it. Bad shot by Imran Nazir. Sherwin Campbell at first slip. This time a comfortable slip catch, and Pakistan have lost both opening batsmen in successive overs and are 7 for 2.
Not a very good shot there from Imran Nazir. The shot selection not right. Once again, the youngster throwing his wicket away to a delivery that was pitched up and didn't have the room to be cut. An edge, and nicely taken by Sherwin Campbell. Nice height, ball carrying on to the fielder, and nicely grabbing that one. Imran Nazir goes for 2, and Pakistan now 7 for 2.
So Inzamam al-Haq finds himself coming in a lot earlier than with work to do.
Imran Nazir offering a nothing stroke there, and being taken nicely by Sherwin Campbell. A little bit of away movement from the youngster. The ball was up, not to be there to be cut through the offside, and fine edge, and nicely taken by Sherwin Campbell. All slip catches are important, and so far West Indies have plucked quite nicely in that area.
Yunus Khan, Chandapal, 3 slip catches. Pakistan troubling the scorer here on 3 successive occasions in 3 successive overs. And the problems they had at the top of the order in the first test match materializing once more here.
Chandapal again taking a very good catch here. A hesitant stroke from Yunus Khan, who's really looking to block that one. Couldn't get his bat away in time, and a neat catch by Chandapal. Courtney Walsh once again amongst wickets. Gone for naught, and Pakistan in real trouble now, 7 for 3.
7 for 3, Pakistan. Ambrose now to Inzamam. And no third man will go all the way. Didn't quite come off the middle of the bat, but along the ground and finding the vacant third man position for 4. So 11 for 3, not a dissimilar situation to the one in which Pakistan found themselves in the first test match. Here's Inzamam, on whom so much depends now getting off the mark.
Lovely shot off the middle of the bat, very fast outfield, and lots of men in catching position, so plenty of work to do for all the fieldsmen if it goes towards the boundary, and something for the Pakistan fans to smile about. So Johanna off the mark with a nice boundary to mid-off.
Just a well-timed push, nothing more than that.
Lovely shot. So that's a good start for the youngster. A couple of boundaries, one through mid-off, now one at backward point. And if you get yourself away when you're out of form to a couple of genuine boundaries of quality bowling, it does a lot of good. Gets rid of those butterflies. Lovely shot all the way to the fence. And it's nice to make the other fast bowler do some chasing as well, particularly when it just beats him in. So a lovely shot by Johanna.
It's a slight adjustment of the bat.
In the air, and another good catch. That was going nice and sharply to Adams, to his left-hand side. Nice pace off the bat as well. And the wicket of Inzamam, the one they wanted, is there. And yet another catch into the sets. It's 4 out of 4. Not quite as spectacular as Adams' first one, Michael, but nearly as good.
Yes, a very good catch and a very important catch. Got away quite quickly. Good pace there from Rion King. Again, that ball just straightening, dragging Inzamam into that stroke. And Jimmy Adams, he's happy about that. The West Indies are happy. It's 34 for 4.
Abdul Razak comes to the crease, and a promotion for him as well. In the last test match, Moen came in at the fall of the 4th wicket.
Has he caught that? I don't think he has. The bowler feels, but I don't know that the fielder does. The batsman certainly is unsure, but it has been referred.
Well, this should be interesting. The extra bit of bounce unsettling the batsman.
So, third umpire, Hallie Moore, will be asked. That looks like it just bounced prior to going into the fingertips. Certainly hit it off the glove. No. I don't think that's out. Certainly the fielder didn't look happy, did he?
Yes, there's a doubt in the mind of the fielder whether he has got it cleanly or not. Right. On the television screen, it appeared that the ball had hit the turf. Very difficult to judge those. And if there isn't any doubt in the mind of the umpire, then the benefit must go to the batsman.
So very, very difficult decision for the third umpire. I just get the feeling that the ball, after it appears to hit the ground, I say, bounces up. And that's what makes me think, unless it's bounced off a finger. But who'd be Hallie Moore right now? He's giving it out. He regards the fact that the ball did bounce up off the finger that was under the ball at the time. The Pakistan captain is now at the crease, and he got a job to do. My goodness me. With the old cliche of captain's innings, he's got to get a couple of hundred here. Let's have one more look at that dismissal and magnified from a different angle. Of course, the third umpire didn't have the magnification. Could we be here forever? Now that there, it looks like he might have well got it right. It might have bounced on that middle finger, and that gave it the bounce effect that we were concerned about. Cut away, 4 runs, good stroke, as good as we've seen this morning.
This is a cracking shot. Just the kind of shot that you should be playing on a bouncy track like this. Very firm with his footwork and also knew exactly where to place it. Hitting it down, and that went like a bullet.
Thank you, Robin. Put away between gully and the point. In the air, short. Well, that's the way Moin Khan plays. Counter-attacking.
In the air for a fair way as well, level with those two fieldsmen. But you just have to set your field where you think and leave them there. Far too often captains see players who play like Moin Khan, hit one in the air through go, then move it a metre or two one way, then a metre or two the other way. Just back your judgment, because I'm a great believer that if you get your players out of what have been normal fielding positions for 100 years, you are just taking a bit of a pot chance anyway.
Magnificent shot this time. That was really hit very hard, very certainly, and sped away to the boundary.
Great shot. Perhaps Johanna's off drive, the only shot of the morning that was better than that one.
Magnificent stroke this time from Yusuf Johanna. 17 have come off what was really a very eventful over, including the leg byes. A couple of very good deliveries. 64 for 5. Magnificent stroke. There's the room, and Moin Khan really putting back the ball and playing an exciting stroke.
I've just run through my MCC cricket manual to find out what that is, that shot, and there's no explanation for it. It's just a very good hit.
No third man, just guided away to the boundary for 4. So boundaries coming off McLean with great regularity now.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I were McLean and Jimmy Adams, I'd be pretty annoyed at Griffith. He puts up his hand to signal to the third man to get it. Hasn't been a third man there all day. I'm not sure who he expected to be down there, but that is poor knowledge by the young man.
Well struck. Another boundary off McLean. Yusuf Johanna. And Moin Khan counter-attacking here with good effect.
Very good batting. Waiting for the delivery they want. And it knows that there's only one man out. That's at fine leg. Nobody at backward square leg. Good boundary.
Magnificently played. Just enough room. And Moin Khan, with that strength of his, cutting away for 4 to finish off the over from Ambrose. 82 for 5. It's 4 more. There was one bounce to the boundary. Really a long hop from Adams. So the West Indies just allowing their grip to be released here. Raises a 50 partnership between these two.
In just 37 minutes from 47 balls. That's the staggering part, given the state they're in. So Adams won't be pleased with the last half hour's work.
Man out there this time. With West Indies still on top. But not nearly as on top as they were an hour ago. These two have played really well to halt the decline of the Pakistan innings. Moin Khan won the toss. He wouldn't have expected to have been out there at the lunch interval, but now that he is, he's played very well in association with Yusuf Johanna. 90 runs have come from the 26 overs.
It looked very good this morning to continue.
David Hooks, thank you. The afternoon session of this, the first day of the second test, about to start. Curtly Ambrose will begin proceedings. And that's guided down past second slip and will run away for 4. So the boundaries continue, albeit that was the least convincing that we have seen so far. Let's get across to the commentary box and join Ramiz Raja, and with him, Michael Holding.
Thank you, Robin. And Moin Khan, first ball after lunch, straight away getting a boundary.
few problems for the captain, Jimmy Adams. He wants to keep a fairly attacking field. That's why he still has 2 slips on a gully. No one down at third man yet. But this cannot continue.
An edge, and they'll once again run away to the boundary. So Moin Khan once again getting the ball off. And Pakistan progressing nicely after lunch. They are 98 for 5. Good skills there from Courtney Walsh, and the crowd's loving it.
We have been watching the Reggae Boys. Always say that fast bowlers don't like bending. Save the back. Not bad.
That's a lovely stroke. Easing himself into that drive use of Johanna. Will come back easily for the third. And that stroke also brings up the 100 for Pakistan. Cutting and finding the gap. Jimmy Adams failing to control that one. And that will go away to the boundary. Disappointing end to a good delivery from Courtney Walsh. Edge and taken. That's beautiful bowling by Courtney Walsh. Chanda Paul picking up a nice catch, inducing the edge outside Moin Khan's off stump. And the West Indies doing well here.
Jimmy Adams just relying on his experience. Bowlers again, Courtney Walsh and Curtly Ambrose just maintaining that line just outside the off stump. And eventually Moin Khan pushes that one that perhaps he shouldn't have. That's good bowling. Consistent line and length. When things aren't going your way, you just hold your form and see the batsman will make a mistake. He did. Pakistan lose their 6th wicket. It's 110.
Gets off the mark with a boundary. Genuine half volley from the right arm fast bowler around the wicket. Very easy shot for the left-hander just to lean into the ball. As long as the placement is there, the boundary was signalled.
Well, often Ambrose over pitches, but he does on this occasion. And full marks to Akram for climbing in. Saw the opportunity, right foot to the ball.
And again, lovely shot stretching towards the ball. That's a boundary. So a boundary through extra cover from Ambrose around to the wicket, and the dose repeated over the wicket.
Exquisite timing here from Akram. He can hit the ball very hard, but he doesn't look to here. Just orthodox extra cover drive. Right foot again, almost in perfect position, but certainly good enough. And the body weight going through the ball.
And that's it. Finally, he gets himself the half-century. 23 minutes. It took him 17 deliveries from when he got on to 49. He crossed himself and acknowledges the applause. So well played to a man who came into the match in very poor form. Out first ball in Guyana. His previous 7 international innings were wretched, to say the least. Yet today he has played very well. So his 11th 50, but just 1 century. He'd like to change that column today if he can. In the air, and maybe just short. Shandapal pointing to the ground. You know that's where it finished. It may not have carried.
Fielders are very quick to point out that it hasn't carried if it hasn't, just to tell everyone in the ground that it wasn't actually a drop catch, but that very, very nearly did carry. In fact, he's gone sideways and backwards slightly. It's difficult to dive forward and take a catch, but I've seen it done before.
Between second slip and gully for 4. Well, if you're going to go on the defensive to an extent. You've got to expect that type of bad luck on occasions. Found the gap.
Yes, the gap. On so many occasions, whenever there's a gap in that slip cord, and that's exactly where the ball goes. Just off the thick outside edge. That's why it didn't go to the first two slips. Another boundary down the third man. But now Jimmy Adams has moved. He has now gone the third slip. No gaps in the field cordon now. Slip cordon rather.
Found the gap there as well. And we'll get a couple. Wazam Akram, very experienced batsman, very experienced cricketer. And certainly not a tail-ender by any means. Scoring very useful runs here. Lovely straight drive down the ground. Outfield is fast, and that'll go all the way. Walsh just goes after to pick it up. Yusuf Yohana really playing superbly.
Certainly was an attempt at a Yorker from Ryan King, just overpitched. And on this very docile pitch, you certainly don't want to be pitching on that length. It's just a push, and it's 4 runs.
Griffith after it. Won't get there. No third man again. Yet another 4 down to the vacant third man position. A lot of runs in that area today. And pleasing the Pakistani supporters. Quite a few have come down here from England. A few from the States.
Very productive area that for Pakistan. Almost 50 runs now scored in that particular area. Look at that, 46 runs down to that third man position. 11 fours.
Two very useful partnerships. First of all, between Yusuf Yohana and Moin Khan of 73. And Moin Khan going at 110. So this one now is added 35. 23 of them to Wazam Akram. New chairman of the selectors, or should I say the old chairman having been renewed. To a local journalist there interviewing Michael Finley. Registrar of the Caribbean News Agency and Hayden Gill of The Nation. And Michael Finley has a lot to say in the 3 named selectors. They're joined by the coach, Roger Harper, who is an ex-official member. Lovely shot, and gone away for 4 more. So Wazam Akram proving very productive here, especially through the offside. Can't remember him scoring many through the onside.
This is a good shot. Saw a few of those go through the extra cover region of Curtly Ambrose, but of course Ryan King a bit more pace. Wouldn't be able to get the ball as straight as against Curtly Ambrose. Ball peeling off a bit squarer. Good shot though.
Raises 150, that single down to long leg.
Very healthy scoring rate for Pakistan.
And hopefully will return for the West Indies.
Lovely shot off the back foot. And finding the gap on the offside, standing up straight, Yusuf Yohana once more showing his class.
4 runs against the Yusuf Yohana, and that is pretty much because of the shape of this ground.
Four more. Lovely driving we've seen from Wasim Akram today. High proportion of boundaries in this Pakistan innings. Here's another.
Most of them through that region as well. Extra cover region, whether it's to the right or to the left of extra cover.
Fine shot. Tremendous blow down the ground by Wasim Akram. All certainty. Saw it there and smacked it back down the ground for 4.
Very dangerous player, Wasim Akram. Hits with the ball very powerfully. I think perhaps that's the reason that Jimmy Adams has brought himself on, hoping that Wasim Akram will play a foul stroke against his slow left arm stuff.
Off the under edge. Partnership broken at last. Wasim Akram stands there, and Curtly Ambrose's tactic of going round the wicket works. Smiles back on the faces of the West Indies. Heads hung once more for Pakistan. 179 for 7.
Just creating a bit of indecision here, Curtly Ambrose. Wasim Akram looking to leave that ball alone. You can see that he brought the bat in line and then thought to himself, no, I don't have to play at that. But he was just a bit too late taking the bat out of the line of the ball and came back off the face of the bat onto off stump. The indecision creating a mistake. It's 179 for 7.
Saqlain Mushtaq comes in ahead of Waqar Younis, who was posted above him in the advertised order. Comes in to replace Wasim Akram.
Wasim Akram will be disappointed with that. Of course, the West Indies and Curtly Ambrose will be elated. It wasn't a particularly impressive delivery. Slanted in towards him, giving him very little room, and you can see there he was thinking of leaving the ball, but just took the bat out of the line of the ball a little bit too late. The end result is what matters. 7 wickets down.
Well, not too much wrong with the cramp there. And I know some fast bowlers around the world that might have a few things to say about that, and I think that Curtly Ambrose would be absolutely justified in making his comment about that.
Beautifully struck stroke, there's no doubt about that. Well to the pitch of the ball. Good timing, eased it through the gap between extra cover and cover point. I tend to agree with David Hooks.
And a bit of a mix-up here, and that's very close. In fact, the keeper has realised the throw wasn't as good as it should have been. There was a bit of a hesitation.
Driving nicely once again, Saqlain will earn him another boundary. This is very good cricket. When the ball has been there to be driven, he has been up to it. Good batting.
Good batting, just defending his wicket and waiting on anything that's a bit loose. Not particularly good bowling from Nick McLean, either short or too far up.
Strike rate of 48.2. Deep point in place. Jimmy Adams still persisting with the same field. Doesn't want the deep point in to save a single. Driving nicely, and that'll get him his 100. Truly a tremendous innings. Under pressure, being applauded by the gallery there. Getting his second 100. The wickets were falling all around him. Stood there like a rock. And produced a very fine innings here. 13 boundaries, just 206 deliveries. The job is not done. He needs to just carry on for a further period, maybe till the end here, and taken. Saklan Mushtaq trying to cut, and a nice neat catch by Sherwin Campbell. So the partnership comes to an end here. Saklan Mushtaq, after playing reasonably well against the pace attack of the West Indies, really failing to control that cut shot, and nicely judged by Sherwin Campbell, who moved towards the right side to adjust quickly. So Saklan goes for 12, and Pakistan lose their 8th wicket for 220. So Waqar Younis comes onto the centre to replace Saklan Mushtaq. West Indies just losing the grip in the last half an hour or so. Pressure not been exerted on the Pakistani batsman. And gone. Waqar Younis connecting the ball nicely, but playing it in the air and straight to Adrian Griffith, who made no mistake. So Courtney Walsh picking up his 4th wicket here.
Just gingerly coming in here, Courtney Walsh, because the problem with his knee and his ankle, but takes another wicket. Very simple catch that for Adrian Griffith, just on the pads of Waqar Younis. He must have thought this was runs. It was his downfall. It's 248 for 9.
Mushtaq Ahmed taking strike now. It's a better option, getting the single and getting to the other end. And that single bringing up Pakistan's 250. So they've done well in precarious conditions early in the innings. Gone. Caught in the first slip, and 5 wickets for Courtney Walsh. Well, that's a wonderful effort from Courtney Walsh, and a wonderful innings from Yusuf Yohana. Comes to an end. Wanted to steer that one away to get a single, got an edge, and slip catching has been outstanding by the West Indies here. Reading the length there, could have been better. It played forward to that.
Lovely shot from Wavell Hines. Authoritative way to get off the mark. Half volley and well put away.
This was a very good stroke. Made the bowler bowl to his length. He'll have to move a great deal forward. Wavell Hines just stood there and belted it away nicely through point.
Over the top. No third man put away. Deliberate stroke over the top. 2 boundaries in the over.
It's a very good stroke. Making sure that he plays it away from the slip cordon and also point area. When you slash hard. And on a pitch like this, where there's a bit of bounce, this is an excellent stroke.
Wouldn't you want to face him, because that has gone a long way, and it's straight over the top for a 6. First 6 of the match, and he has clubbed that absolutely perfectly. Waqar looks back, but he got it a right spot. Campbell just stumbled a little at the end, and he nearly trod on his stumps. To give you a better idea as to how far he went back. Just a little stumble by Sherwin Campbell, but that has cleared everything. Lovely shot again. Up on his toes and spanked it to back of point. Some width and a little bit short. Campbell, very good square of the wicket.
Waqar Younis again straying in length. He loves those shots, Sherwin Campbell. Give him a bit of room outside the off stump, and he will put them away. Doesn't make too many mistakes with those deliveries.
well, you're going to do it off one, you may as well do it off the other as well. So after a torrid time this morning, the first half an hour or so, finally Macron's giving him something that he can hit, and he has not let his team down.
So has gone a long way as well. And again, more corrugated iron. In front of square. That's not always very easy to do, hitting the fast bowlers in front of square. And away it goes. Bye-bye.
And he's trying to slap it over mid-on. He's done it in the end, not convincingly, but may go all the way to the fence for 4. It's a longish boundary down there, but it still hits the little fence. So not a great shot. But Hines goes along to 12, 3 boundaries.
Yes, not a very good shot at all. He got 4 runs for it. Another boundary to Wavell Hines. But I think he was almost caught on the back foot. The right foot, his front foot, being a left-hander, was seemingly coming forward, but he hadn't come a long way forward. Right foot almost on the crease.
In the air, and he's clubbed that nicely. Very well timed. Didn't get his weight over the ball, and it must have given Macron a thought of a catch him it off, but in the end, it cleared him easily. And that's one way to give yourself a chance, but it was in the air for a long way. So the last 3 boundaries that Hines have hit have all been in the air. Unfortunately for him, they've been away from the fieldsman. He now goes to 20 and hasn't run one of them.
And even when the ball has threatened not to quite make it to the boundary, he hasn't been running. But that was well struck.
And he's tried to stat, he may get away with it. He has. So on him just a little bit quicker than he thought, and he got away with it.
Not as short as he thought it was, I think, Wavell Hines. It really was that short. He should have been able to put it away. Fortunately for him, Saqlain Mushtaq wasn't able to get across to take the catch.
That's a good shot, backward of square. He hits the ball very hard.
From Wavell Hines, bringing up the 50 partnership as well. And you see him rocking back and really hitting it very hard.
Good shot. Good footwork. Well struck.
This is very good cricket from the West Indies, taking the attack to the spinner here. Something that they haven't really done throughout the one-days as well as in the first test match. Mushi flighting the ball and nicely driven. Very positive batting from Wavell Hines.
In the air. And safe again. Well, that's twice the West Indies have got the ball up in the air today, and it's just fallen harmlessly. But that was close.
This is exactly what Mushtaq Ahmed was hoping that Wavell Hines would do. Abdur Razak just a little late to react to that lofted sweep shot. Missed it. And went for the boundary as well.
Slap cricket on behalf of the Pakistanis. Now who's going to run that? They could run 6 or 7 here. They've already gone 4. They'll come back for a 5th. And eventually, and they'll come back for 6. Crowd likes it, and no doubt Campbell and Hines do as well. But certainly not Moeen Khan.
Or Gordon Greenwich. He likes it. 6-all run on a small ground. Courtesy of some overthrows. Was Macron just lobbing it back to Moeen Khan, but it's too high and nobody concentrating behind. And Razak initially started to chase it himself. Just as well that he didn't have to, because that would have added more to the mood of the Pakistanis. Waqar Yunus doing the fielding in the end.
Lovely shot. Magnificently played. Didn't seem to have the room, but punched it through extra cover for another 4 for Wavell Hines. And that raises the 100 for the West Indies. Correction, 92. Saw the man on the board changing the tins up there. And just got the impression he was going to put up a third pin. That's a fine shot. And there's his 50. So well played, Wavell Hines. Good positive innings by the left-hander. And that delights West Indies captain and the whole West Indies team and the West Indian spectators around the ground as well. His first 50 in Test cricket. This is his 4th Test match.
As we saw yesterday when Johanna made his 50, no applause from the opposition, the fielding team, and now with Hines' 50, no applause from the Pakistan fielding side either. So tit for tat today.
Pulled away. Short and goes for 4 to bring up the 100. Campbell very quickly into position for the pull shot.
And that doesn't please leg break bowlers. The perfect delivery of the ball before, and then just straying in length and a line and an easy boundary for he moves to 46. Oh, he's already on 50.
Big appeal again for that ball drifting. Umpire Kurtzen says not out and signals leg by. That's an over, and let's see what the umpires will do now. Short again. That goes. Another 6 for Sherwin Campbell to raise his 50. That's his 4th 6 of the innings. 3 of them have gone out of the ground. The other was all along the ground because of overthrows.
So it's been a good over, and suddenly a bad delivery, and Campbell's showing that I'm not worried that it's the last over before 6. If you buy me a long hop, I'm going to put it where it deserves. I'll bring up my 50, and I'll bring up the 100 partnership as well. 102 partnership now, just 107 minutes, 137 balls. Campbell's 54, including 4 sixes and 4 fours. He was 2 not out overnight.
That's a lovely drive, finding the gap and hitting it quite well. It'll run away to the boundary. Very good placement indeed.
I would think that is pretty close to being his best shot of this innings. Wavell Hines has hit quite a few boundaries in this innings already, but that was beautifully placed.
Full in length, shot for an LBW, maybe hitting him just outside the line.
Thought there might have been a bit of bat in it, but perhaps the bat was after the ball hit the pad, but it certainly hit him outside the line of off stump. Umpire Nichols didn't think there was any bat involved at all, but certainly anything hitting outside the line of off stump. Good delivery though from Wasim Akram. Full in length, a bit of swing.
It's well fielded. Imran Nazir diving. Good effort.
Very important position that, not just in one-day games, but in the test matches as well.
That's in the air and beautifully played and placed. I'll go to the boundary. This time just out Yunus also. Very healthy rate, 31%. Full toss, and that looks very close.
Another ball full in length, but perhaps doing a bit too much. No, not really. Not really. I thought it was doing a bit too much. That was pretty straight.
going down leg side. I think the Akram will be quite understanding of that decision.
Moen Khan's the man to watch here. There's the reverse swing, and Moen Khan's way down the leg side, top left of your picture there, and then on the close-up, missing leg stump comfortably.
Oh, that is a slap.
It's difficult to know quite where Wavell Hines was trying to hit this, other than he found the right place. Was he going in the air to start with? It was really, yeah, I can't come up with a better word. Slap. Wasn't a non-drive as such. Good result, though.
And that's what's caused it on bowling. So the previous delivery has caused a dismissal. Ball coming back and just clipping off stump. Bale being dislodged. And a good reward for a good hour's cricket after lunch by Pakistan, and Campbell being beaten by the previous delivery.
Well, this is beautiful. One outside edge and then a really ordinary stroke to an off-spinner. Just caught the inside edge and played it on. One drifter and then the off-spinner dislodges the bail. A good innings, though, from Campbell. 58 from 122 deliveries. And the West Indies have lost their second wicket at 144.
Second player from Essequibo to represent the West Indies, if I didn't know that. Found the gap and gone for 4. Very simply played shot by Hines.
Okay. Don't kill me for an N.
Ivor Mendonca kept wicket for the West Indies against India in 1962, and is from Bartica in Essequibo County in Guyana. Lovely shot, magnificent extra cover drive. That's got the crowd jumping. He's got it through, full toss, and he's timed it well enough and placed it to get 4.
Hasn't missed too many of those extra cover drives, whether they be full tosses or half volley. Fruitless chase there for Yusuf Yohana.
That's up in the air, but it hasn't carried. That's 3 times now that the West Indies batsmen have rode their luck to a certain degree. The ball just not arriving down as far as Akram is at the fine leg boundary.
Well, it went in the air, gave Wasim Akram the time to gather the pace and just stop in the end. Didn't go for that final leap. Ran in quite nicely, then had to steady himself. And they just lost precious seconds. They fell very short of his outstretched hands.
I just wonder which direction Moen Khan's going to go into next. It's a quarter of an hour away from tea. Akram has looked like getting wickets more than anybody else, although he hasn't got one yet. He might just give him a little burst before tea and another one after. That's a good delivery. Has it gloved him? Yes, it has. Well bowled. Quick ball. Good catch from Moen Khan.
A lovely delivery from Abdur Razak. Beautifully bowled. Chandapal couldn't do anything about this. He does seem to get in an awkward position when he's playing that short pitch delivery, trying to avoid it but couldn't. Gloved it, and nicely taken by Moin Khan. It's very good thinking by Abdur Razak. Chandapal gone for 9, and West Indies lose their 3rd wicket for 176.
Jimmy Adams, the West Indies captain, makes his way to the crease, replacing Sivnarayan Chandapal. What a good delivery this was. Tremendous change of pace. Just got a glove on it. Khan takes a good catch. Great bit of bowling. top 100 to Waddell Hines. His first in Test cricket, surely not his last.
That's wonderful batting by the youngster. Full of confidence, and that shot just earmarked his resolve that he showed right throughout this innings. Beautiful hitting, very confident. And getting his first 100 here. What a way to get it.
In the air, fielder is out there, Yunus, and just dropping short. They go for the single. Well, he's tried that hook shot, the pull shot many times, and he hasn't got hold of it on any occasion so far, and lucky to get away again.
How long will the luck last? Wasn't the right line to be looking to play that pull shot. It was very wide of off stump. If you're a good hooker, fine. You can attempt the hook or the pull from most positions. Waddell Hines obviously isn't.
No ball spanked past mid-on, and will just have enough legs on it to go for 4. Certainly more legs than Waka Yunus, who's in pursuit, and whacked away. Is 200 for 3, replying to 253. Good position. Gone. Let's see. Yes, Rudy Kurtzen nods his head, and he's given the decision so that Jimmy Adams has to go looking for the drive. Went to slip. Jimmy Adams didn't seem too sure as to whether he had squeezed the ball from the bottom of the bat to slip, or whether it come off the edge directly into the slip fielder's hands. Disappointing end for the West Indies captain at a crucial stage of the innings, and sack lane strikes as Adams, for the second successive time in the series, is out caught at slip off the spinner. Now, 19 years old in your first Test match, 213 for 4. Your captain has just gone. You're playing to 253 by the opposition. You've got one of the best off spinners in the world bowling, and at the opposite end, one of the best left arm fast bowlers. A real test for the young man here.
And of course, Moeen Khan immediately putting him under quite a lot of pressure.
A big shout, but may have just pitched outside leg stump. And it was a Makram. Again, can't get himself a wicket.
This ball swings quite a lot and would have gone on down the leg side.
Looking for 21 boundaries. And he's got it. He's played some shots that have got woolly boundaries, but he's played some shots that have been perfect. .220 for 4. Still 33 runs behind, so a lot of work to do for the West Indies still. With a long batting tail. And he's hit that beautifully. He waited. He may have thought about hitting it higher, but in the end he decided to get it through between mid-on and mid-wicket. So he is what we can now classify quite sincerely as a boundary hitter.
Still a little bit too short, sack lane, and the pitch very unforgiving from that point of view.
In the air, but about a metre or so away from Inzamam at mid-wicket, so another boundary. 23 fours.
Just too short again. Hines back. Quick hands. He hits the ball so hard.
What a shot. What a shot. That is the Pete Sampras cross-court smash. 30-40.
The only difference was that he had both feet on the ground. Superb shot from this young man. Not allowed to let anyone intimidate him into position perfectly. He's hit that like a rocket along the ground, wide mid-on, really. Well played, young man.
Give Razak something to think about. In the air and drop. It carried to Inzamam, and Razak can't believe it. Inzamam's got a very good pair of hands. You don't see that very often.
Well, this is well bowled. He's just been hooked for 4. He's got some shape on it, away from the right-hander. That should have been caught. There's no doubt about that. A bit slow going down, Inzamam. But good bowling. The batsman might have been feeling to himself, well, hang on, I've just hooked him for 4. I might well get another bounce. He doesn't. He gets it up there, catches him shuffling across the crease, but that's the last of the catches him.
That is the type of strike rate that you expect to see in the limited over version of the game.
Hooking, and will get him his single. So 150 for Wavell Hines. A brilliant 150.
Not too many batsmen you see score that many runs in that B in these days. 58 runs scored in the B.
Driving nicely, Sarvan this time through the onside. That will run away to the boundary. So nicely struck. Attempted Yorker, made into a full toss and beautifully driven.
Well, if you're just tuning in and you didn't realize that it was well past T, watching Yusuf Yohana chase this ball will certainly let you know that it is pretty late in the day. Didn't look very energetic chasing that one, Yusuf Yohana. Good shot again, full toss. Those need to be put away, and he did that quite efficiently.
That was well connected.
Well, Mushi went up with a well for an appeal. Not too sure exactly what the appeal was all about. Perhaps he thought, well, if he misses, I've got him in trouble, but he didn't miss. And he should have realized that he didn't miss. Well swept, very fine.
Oh, that was very close to that off stump. Extremely close. Wavell Hines making room and missing it.
Beautifully bowled. That is the classic leg spinner's delivery.
On McGoogly, the ball before. Perfect length. And drew the batsman into the stroke, and fortunately for him, it turned just a little bit too much.
Well, it's hit the fielder on the full, and it might so easily have gone back to one of the other close men in. Must just have bounced in front. Certainly Mohammed Wasim felt that it had gone full.
164 to Hind, 21 to Salwan. Campbell 58, and failures to Griffiths, Chanderpaul and Adams. 133 the partnership between Campbell and Hines, and unbroken 61. Jagers, McLean, Ambrose, King and Walsh. 12 catches have been taken. Some of those have been very good, and just the one dropped catch, that one of Inzamam Al-Haq. Catches win matches. And lovely shot again. Stands on his toes, and he's not going to even run for it. Very good shot. Left arm bowler bowling across the body of the right-handed batsman. Brand new ball, and he's hit it to mid-wicket.
Beautifully picked up by the youngster there, in total control. Had to fetch it outside his off stump. Really played it nicely. Good roll of the wrist, making sure that the ball goes down. Wasim Akram just a little frustrated there. As a result of that shot, he's got a deep square leg in position now for Sarwan. Yusuf Johanna there, fielding on the boundary.
And it's in the air, and the luck has been with the West Indies batsman today. Again, it doesn't carry. Good bowling, bit of extra pace. And just squared up the youngster. Some late movement off the pitch.
He does keep that bat very straight, Ram Naresh Sarwan, when he's defending. Most of the batsmen usually would have played that ball towards the onside, but he made sure that he doesn't play with an angle bat, countering the away movement from Waqar Younis and playing it nicely in the end.
So again, 2 men out on the leg side for the hook shot. Sarwan on 26. Will he take the bait? Looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. Got the Sydney 2000 logo on for the upcoming Olympics in Australia. And that's in the air. Can he survive this one? He shouldn't. He doesn't. So finally, the short pitch delivery has done the damage. And Inzamam, who dropped the catch earlier in the day off Sarwan, has made amends. A very simple catch, but at the end, for a young man who's had a very, very good day. Batting at 3 for the West Indies, he has been finally dismissed.
Well, a tired stroke from Wavell Hines. Really batted for a long period of time. A brilliant knock, nevertheless. Beautiful hitting. Extremely important innings for the West Indies. And they are now 282 for 5.
It's already showing that he's capable of playing at this level.
Wow, that's true. That's score.
Curtly Ambrose hitting through the line. And Wasim Akram will be just a little disappointed with that effort from Imran Nazir. This is a nice drive on the rise. Well, it was a difficult ball together, but Imran Nazir got there and just couldn't stop it in the end. Diving over the ball and letting it go to the boundary.
Good shot again from Curtly Ambrose. No need to run for that.
Well, beautifully picked up. No movement from Waqar Younis. It was there to be driven, and he drove it quite nicely. In the air, but struck it quite beautifully. Frustrating times for the Pakistani team here. Curtly Ambrose looking very good here. Effective.
Very young man, Ram Naresh Sarwan, but a very good technique. That's what he has been doing against the touring sides in recent times. Been playing quite a bit of cricket for the West Indies A and for the President's 11 against the tourists. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
It's beautifully put away against one of the top bowlers in world cricket. Really got on top of that cover drive and beautifully drove it. It was there to be driven, but we've seen top batsmen in world cricket missing those. Not Sarwan. In position quickly and finding the gap. Lovely follow through as well.
Whoa, that's gone. 2 bounces into the long on fence.
Well, this shot bringing a lot of joy to the West Indies supporter here, and why not? Curtly Ambrose has looked in very good touch. Once again, being very effective. You can't call this a slog, but it was intentional.
The Yorker had to come. Well played, Ambrose.
And that's going to go all the way to defence. Now, was it leg byes or was it just a little tickle of wood on it? The umpire signals a boundary to the youngster. So 5 runs in the over, and that will give Bowen Khan even more to think about. Lovely shot. That's the shot that he's been trying to play from the moment he came to the crease. And even though he played it as well as he did, it's taken a long time for him to get in the middle, but it is a lovely shot when played well. Hard shot to play on the back foot and trying to punch it through the covers.
It's made harder by the size of the batsman. Taller men find that an easier shot to play. Shorter men tend to play the ball squarer. And look to cut Sherwin Campbell very strong backward of square.
A big shout and very close. It looked like he was stuck on the crease, but no. Not out, says umpire Curtin. So Ambrose survives the first real shout this morning.
He's playing back here. It's good bowling because it's a fullish length, but the ball hasn't turned. And whether it's sliding down leg side or not, I'll leave up to you to decide. Pretty straight. Remember the angle he's bowled it from. He's round the wicket. So it's a good chance that might have just slid down, but he was right back in the crease.
Pitching on the stumps and just going with the arm. So probably missing leg stump. No appeal from first slip.
Gone. Breakthrough for Wasim Akram. Yunus Khan taking the catch at second slip. And a fine innings by the night watchman ended with an outside edge. Wasim Akram gets his first wicket of the innings. It's 321 for 6.
Kirtley Ambrose has looked pretty solid, except for that area just outside his off stump, and neatly taken by Yunus Khan. Low down, nice pair of hands, and Wasim Akram getting his first wicket here, getting rid of Kirtley Ambrose for 22, and West Indies lose their 6th wicket for 321.
Fellow Antiguan, fellow Leeward Islander, fellow left-hander. Kirtley Ambrose going to that catch by Yunus Khan.
Good delivery from Wasim Akram attacking Kirtley Ambrose off stump, and who hand his bat at that one, and good catch by Yunus Khan. Low down.
Another slip comes in for the new batsman. Bradley Jacobs batting just one lower in the order than advertised because of the fact that Ambrose was night watchman. Very nearly through. He's got this ball swinging now. Ready for the first time this morning after the water break. We've seen this ball start to move.
It's a lovely delivery from Wasim Akram. What a ball to get first up. Yorker, almost spot on.
Wasim Akram can't understand why that's not out. Appealed and then looked quizzically at umpire Eddie Nichols.
That looked extremely close, because that ball was not really moving away. It ended within the stumps, and there you see him. Pitched within the stumps and then ending up maybe on that off stump. Very, very close.
Beautiful shot. Just slightly overpitched. He gave it more air, and Jacobs very quick to seize on it and just relieve the tension and the tightness with a boundary.
There's always this danger when you're flighting the ball, and if it's in the slot for the batsman, he'll go for that extravagant drive, and this is exactly what Ridley Jacobs did. Straighter ball from Saglan Mushtaq, but a little up to be driven.
Looks very uncomfortable playing that sweep shot. Second time he's played it, second time he's missed.
Bowled him out. Not a good shot from Ridley Jacobs, but well bowled.
Definitely not a very good shot. Ridley Jacobs looking to hit that over the mid-wicket region without getting close enough to the pitch of the ball. Again, it wasn't that delivery that was spinning away from him. One of those arm balls that held its own, kept on going straight through. That's why the inside edge was hit, and it just ricocheted onto the stumps. It's 338 for 7.
Nixon McLean, fresh off 46 in the Guyana test, where he showed that he was a little bit better than a tail ender. Played with a lot of responsibility. And this is why he's out there. Jacobs looking to heave that over mid-wicket. Shot that he plays pretty well, it must be said, but not on this occasion.
West Indian batsmen still having problems picking Sacklin's top spinner, the one that drifts away from the right hand and into the left-hander. One thing that you can look for when you're looking for that particular delivery is the amount of flight that he gives the ball. All those deliveries are very well flighted. Ramnaresh Sarwan just a single away from his first landmark.
Out, well caught, well bowled. Good catch.
Always very important to stay down when you're feeling in that bad position. Joseph Johanna did just that. It's a lot easier to come up to take a catch than to go back down. Kept his eyes on it and took it quite comfortably. Nixon McLean depart for just one on this occasion. 339 for 8.
Rion King, the West Indies number 10, makes his way to the crease. There's a big appeal now. Has hit the glove. Pakistan thinks so. Certainly, Rion King was in all sorts of trouble. And Wasim Akram not impressed.
Well, we have been saying that he hasn't been having much luck. Let's see exactly what this brushed on the way through. Well, if it hit anything, it had to be the bat. If it hit anything, it wasn't anywhere close to his shoulder. Had to be something that if it hit, he had to be given out, bat or glove. More than likely the bat.
Yeah. That's it. Ramnaresh Sarwan completes 50 on debut.
Very good knock. Very pleasing for the young man. Very pleasing for his team. Showing a great deal of maturity in this knock, Ramnaresh Sarwan, showing that he has the ability and the maturity to perform at this level.
Cut away for 4. Short and wide. Sarwan is off to the pavilion for his lunch. I wonder if the umpires will be as well. They are. So good progress from the West Indies. Once again this morning. They've lost 3 wickets, but they've increased the lead now to 92.
Good save by Mushtaq. Good tumbling save. He was being backed up in the offside field, but they might well have got 2 there. I think they would have had it gone past him. The fielder on the cover boundary was coming to his right. He's got that through now. He'll come for a second here quite comfortably. And that'll make the lead 100.
found the gap this time, Sirwan. Picking that one from just outside the off stump and playing it with the spin. Yusuf Johanna couldn't stop that one. And Shahid Afridi had to come from a long on boundary to stop it going for the boundary. Moves on to 61.
Umpire Rickardson, not out, he says.
And just the pad. Ball lobbing in the air. Three closing fieldsmen appealing for a bat pad, not there.
And that's well struck. Puts it away between long on and deep mid wicket. Goes for four. That's a fine shot by Sarwan. Now he's beginning just to open up and show us a few more of the shots that he has in his repertoire. Carries him to 67. Score up to 359 for 8.
In the end, and second attempt, and this time he's got him. So Mushtaq has had 3 attempts for 1 catch, and he fumbled that one. I don't think he's going to spend too much time in the gully to complain, but he has affected, in that time, quite a sharp catch compared to the first one.
Again, that very difficult delivery to negotiate. The ball that's not really spinning into the right-hander. Bouncing, just curving away from the right-hander. Ryan King again, just getting a glove into the slip cordon. It's 3-6-2 for 9.
The world record holder with the ball comes to the crease, Courtney Walsh. Well, into the Kensington stand for 6. Well, that's what tailenders should do. Hit with the spin and hit it hard and high.
The Ducks tally won't improve in this innings. Good shot to get off the mark. It wasn't really the off spinner either. It was supposed to have been the ball drifting back away towards the slip cordon, but it was much too close to Courtney Walsh. Got a hold of it, and when he gets a hold of it, it disappears.
1 ball to go. What will he do? As long as he survived, he was going to get the support of the crowd, and he's done just that. Seclain took his 4th wicket in the over, but it's 368 for 9.
Not the best footwork you'll find in the world, but didn't quite get to the rope. More luck than real skill there.
Oh. And that's hit flush in the arm. Right on the bicep, and well, nothing the batsman can do.
Only consolation is that he possibly saved 4 runs.
And through the hands. Drop catch. And it may go all the way to the fence. It'll stop just short. And they've only taken the 2 runs. So 2 runs for Walsh to end the over, gives Sarwan the strike. It's 374 for 9.
He was just wondering what that appeal was all about.
Courtney Walsh at his best. And did he get an outside edge? Did he get a little outside edge? He's called for drinks. Put the finger up, but he only called for drinks. And Courtney Walsh and Mushtaq continuing their little affair. Mohan Khan generally not too pleased with that one.
Well, Moin Khan seemed quite convinced that it hit something. Cornwall started to play and then just withdrew the bat. Ball perhaps just brushing the elbow on the way through. Ellie Nicol is not interested at all.
He smashed that away for 4.
This was a quality stroke. Waited for that straighter one from Saklan Mushtaq. Went on the back foot and found the gap. There's Inzamam ul Haq on the point boundary. So he had to miss Inzamam. Picked it up just a little early to avoid that deep point fieldsman.
He's gone down the ground with that one, Walsh. It's run away for 4.
This is good cricket from Courtney Walsh. Blocking a few and then hitting one quite neatly. Hit it straight. And almost against the spin. Went high in the air, but avoided all the fieldsmen. And just roll on to hit the boarding boards there.
Whack! That's gone a long way. An awful long way. The top deck of the Hall and Griffiths stand. 390 now for 9.
Got the elevation that was required, and there you see that ball really traveling high in the air and then ending somewhere around there.
Nice ball. Good shot. Take that. 4 more to Walsh. $3.95 now for 9. Yes, he's gone. Caught behind by Moin Khan. Quicker ball from Saklan Mushtaq. And the innings comes to a close, just 2 short of 400. And young Sawan, 16 short of his century. But what a wonderful innings it's been for him. Starts his test career with 84 not out.
A brilliant effort from the youngster. Being congratulated by all the Pakistani fielders there. It has been a top knock. 84 not out. Shown a brilliant temperament. Jimmy Adams also applauding his efforts there. What a test match for the youngster. Playing in his first test match and really dominating. Crowd also really applauding his efforts there. Wonderful innings. And it was through his efforts that West Indies were able to take that lead of 145. Last batsman to get out, Courtney Walsh. A quicker delivery from Saklan. And Saklan getting his 5th wicket of the innings. A good catch by Moin Khan. Just a faint edge. So West Indies getting 398. Mainly through Wavell Hines, who put up 165. A brilliant innings, along with Sarwan, who remained not out on 84, in company with some of the tail-enders. Hard toil for the Pakistani bowlers. Remember, they were without Abdul Razak today. So Wasim Akram had to bowl 33 overs. Was unlucky, just picked up 2 wickets, could have picked more. But the outstanding effort coming from Saklan Mushtaq. 5 for 121. Marathon spell, 51 overs. Mushtaq Ahmed just underutilized a little because he was a touch expensive, and so was Waqar Yunus. 17 overs for 72 runs. Although he picked up 2 wickets, didn't really look convincing for Moin Khan to bring him on every now and then. Good partnerships, the best being between Campbell and Hines, 133, and then the tail enders really providing the platform for the West Indies to propel to this total of 398 and with a very healthy lead as well. And so West Indies are 145 runs ahead. We've got an early tea here today, and so we'll be back after a commercial break.
Down to the third man region.
An amazing shot. The ball just seemed away just a little bit. Bat and body a long way apart, but right in the middle of the bat, and what a shot.
In the air, but wide up gully and behind the square.
Quite happy to thrash at the ball outside off stump, going a little bit away, short and wide, and waist high to the gap between gully and the third slip.
Right through Courtney Walsh at mid-off. Took some of the pace off the ball, Walsh, so it should not get to the ropes. 3 runs for Mohammed Wazim.
That's the shot you're trying to encourage the batsman to play. One that Michael Holding spoke about. Not a half volley, and not a good piece of fielding either.
In the air, but also in the gap. That ends the over as well. 28 without loss, Pakistan.
No third man. Chase here for Griffith. Outfield is very fast and he won't get there. So the runs continue to flow.
Well, this is Imran Nazir's speciality, this stroke. Plays it with perfect timing. Doesn't seem to hit the ball at all. He uses the pace and the delivery and angles the bat away from that point fieldsman. Whenever he has found the gap, it has run away to the boundary.
Lovely shot. Very delicate indeed. Not often do you see a late cut played off a fast bowler. That was delicately done.
Well, this is a wonderful stroke. Late cut, waiting on that one, and then opening the face of the bat. Had a lot of time to play that one. He needed to have a lot of time to play it with an angled face of the bat. Middle it again. He was quite prolific in that area through point.
In the air, but well clear of the fielders, and will go all the way for another boundary. Picked it up and hit it deliberately in the air over mid-wicket for another 4.
Rion King is getting the ball to come back to Imran Nazir. Earlier we saw Mohammad Wasim narrowly missing one just outside the off stump, but this one was beautifully picked up in the slot and just went with the shot.
Good shot. Stood up straight and punched it through mid-on like a rocket. Just emphasizing the quality of this pitch here.
Quality of the stroke as well. This was beautifully played off the back foot and really hammered it. It's an extremely difficult shot to execute, especially of Curtly Ambrose, who tends to get a bit of extra bounce every now and then, but Mohammad Wasim on his back foot and really spanking that one.
Good shot. Nicely timed. 4.
Not for the first time we are seeing the ball being lofted through that region. A bit full in length again, Rion King. No danger at all in playing that shot. One man in front of square on the onside, and he's fairly straight.
That's a good shot. It was very deliberate. He knew where mid-on was and cleared in. That's a good shot. Shut the face a little bit. A couple.
Another couple of runs earned by the batsman for playing straight.
Oh, he's got hold of that, though, in the most extraordinary place. Normally, you'd expect that ball to go a lot squarer. What a good stroke.
I don't think the fielders are expecting it to go where it did either. There is a short extra cover in, but that ball was past him in a flash. Shivraj Chandrapal, the man in that position.
Now, has he got a bat on that? We're presuming he has. It's going to run away down towards the boundary. Once again, it's hauled in. 3 have been run. And yes, he has gone to his second Test 50. Missed it. Thought he had it covered. And it got underneath him.
Beautifully timed, though. Again, that's that bottom arm flicking away. And a misfield by Jimmy Adams. And as we have said on so many occasions, once it gets through that inner ring, don't bother chasing.
He's found the gap in the air for just a little bit, but exquisitely timed again. Stroke.
Good flick off the pads again. Bottom hand, roll of the wrist, and it's gone. Pakistan really doing well at the moment, whittling away at that lead by the West Indies, trailing by just 49 runs now.
Now, again, alteration in the field. 2 have gone through the onside. A slip has come out and went there. Now Adams and Walsh have had a chat, and I think he's just going to try and settle into a line wide of off stump, because that's where the majority of the fielders are now. .96 for no wicket.
Banged away through extra cover. Really bad ball, short and still up there. 100 partnership between the two now, and the 2 young men here are really going great guns. Well, we saw 2 young West Indians enjoy the conditions. Now 2 Pakistanis are doing the same thing.
And that's forced the second slip to go out, and I imagine he may go past gully and into a run-saving position. So a great concession for these 2 young Pakistan batsmen by the West Indian captain. Moved out to point. So just the slip now.
That sign is over an advertising sign, which we won't be showing you. And they change it during the course of the day. Fans here getting a little impatient now. Okay, Windies, enough is enough. Time for a wicket. They've gone 25 overs now, 26 overs now without getting one. And neither batsman has been in any real trouble. My goodness. He just stood up and dispatched it. absolutely no bother whatever. He just punched it through mid-wicket, and it raced away for 4.
And that's his 10th boundary. What a shot. Front foot showing you the lack of pace, lack of bounce under these conditions.
Is going to try his leg breaks, and is walloped to the extra cover boundary, first ball for the 16th 4 of the innings.
And try being the operative word. So straight over the top. Great long hop, but good move here by Adams to bring on the leg spinner. Giving the ball to hopefully turn away, land in some bit of rough that may be up at the other end, the batsman's end.
Full toss. We've had a long hop and a full toss in this over from Chanderpaul. Hasn't bowled very much of late. Might just have trundled a few in the nets.
Well, that is an easy boundary, just adding to the plethora of boundaries today.
2 boundaries in the over, 122 without loss.
Thank you, Tony. I think once you see Stephen Ryan Chanderpaul with the ball in his hands, you know that West Indies are in desperate straits. Well, when you see the ball going through the fielder's legs like that, you know that things are very desperate.
Well, we thought Pakistanis were flat in the field. West Indians have really matched them. Wavell Hines letting it go. Harmless boundary scored.
Well, what happened there? We have been talking about those rough areas. Not too sure if it did hit the rough or perhaps just the edge of the rough. Well fielded. Ryan Chanderpaul in the gully.
Imran Nazir not being able to find the gap for once in that area has been pretty strong. Full point, third man. Good effort by Chanderpaul.
Big shout, but batsman coming forward and also getting just outside the line of our stump.
That is the reason why he got the benefit of doubt. Just hit him outside the line. Long way forward.
That's a good shot. Went in the air again, but once the gap is found, no problems.
Well, the shot selection has been very good from Imran Nazir in this innings. Beautiful cut shot. He had earlier played a blinder to get off the mark. This one was also hit very powerfully.
Just 3 runs now in the deficit for Pakistan. Could be wiped away with just 1 shot. Jimmy Adams to continue. That's his 50, Mohammad Wasim.
Very good innings, an important one for Wasim, Mohammad Wasim. Making a comeback here. Javed Miyadade indicating to him to stay on there. It was important for him to transform that 4-day. There's a no ball there. Anything about there to transform that form into the test match cricket. He's done it here. Sarwan is here in that 4th slip. Just a little
Did that bounce? Well, he's not claiming it. Shivnarayan Chandrapal just in front.
That was Chandrapal mistook him for Sarwan, and I was about to say that he should be changed. But he should stay right there, Chandrapal. Just stay there.
Courtney Walsh just asking Shivnarayan Chandrapal exactly what happened there. Courtney Walsh thinking perhaps it did carry on the full. Chandrapal is convinced that it didn't.
Just wondering whether the ball will go to him at all. Chandrapal went straight to him. Fiercely cut by Imran Nazir. Almost carried to Chandrapal. Good effort. He's got both his hands bandaged. Still managed to pick it up quite cleanly.
.150 for Pakistan. All 10 wickets in hand.
Well, it's a noisy dressing room now. Well, it appears that they're very happy. A lot of smiles. Pakistan in a very good position here. 150 without a wicket, and they lead by 5.
One delivery. That's what Mohammad Wasim will be telling himself. Just one more ball and then a good night's rest to come back and fight again tomorrow.
GB Adams will be disappointed a little here. I'd like a couple of wickets to fall.
Pushing, looking for 2 here, Mohammad Wasim. Coming back and coming back quite comfortably. So that's the end of the day's play. Pakistan with a slim lead of 7 runs, but a very healthy position after conceding 145 runs on first innings. And I think that smile just tells the story. Very happy with his own performance, very happy with his team's performance and his team's position. Imran Nazir, very healthy partnership between the 2 young men. Must have considered himself under a bit of pressure. Nazir, of course, Pakistan top order, failed in the first innings in Guyana, failed again in the first innings here in Barbados, but not so on this occasion. Should be pretty happy as well. Coming out to greet his players on the field, Javed Miandad was in the dressing room throughout this innings. Very superstitious, lots of these cricketers refusing to move from whatever position they're in if things are proving successful. But now at the end of the day's play, he has come out to greet his 2 young warriors. Jimmy Adams not as pleased as the Pakistanis, obviously. Would have loved to have taken a wicket or 2. But as we look at the batting card, we'll realize that that's not the story.
Well, wonderful effort from Imran and Mohammad Wasim. Partnership of 152. At a rapid rate as well. 152 of just 40 overs.
Big duck eggs under the wickets. That's what Pakistan will be happy about. Pretty economical bowling at stages for the West Indian bowlers, but not very penetrative.
So really fascinating day's cricket one way and another. Pakistan in all sorts of trouble, with the West Indies gaining a lead of 145. But a wonderful performance from Imran Nazir and Mohammad Wasim, 94 not out, 53 not out respectively, have wiped that lead away. They now lead by 7, Pakistan, with all 10 wickets in hand. And they've got themselves into a position where if they bat well tomorrow, they might just win this game, having trailed on the first innings. So we hope you've enjoyed the coverage today. We hope you'll be with us tomorrow. We'll be here around about 10 o'clock. In the meantime, it's a good night from Britain.
Pakistan back in the hunt.
Wonderful to see these youngsters perform. This was a lovely delivery from Curtly Ambrose. A little bit of a way swinger.
That may be it. It is the century. It's a very good shot.
Well, a brilliant innings from the youngster Imran Nazir, getting his 100, kissing the Pakistan star. Wonderful to see a youngster really getting into that 3-figure.
Brilliant knock by the young man. Team was in desperate straits, facing a deficit of 145 runs, and he came out and has done them proud. Just string a bit onto the stumps there, Curtly Ambrose. Coming back for the second run on Walsh's arm. Accurate throw, but not strong enough to prevent those 2 runs.
He's got a problem with his bat. The chip has come off. Even though he got an edge, but he really hit it very hard. Just a little dangerous playing that stroke. There you see him twisting his bat once again. He's got to keep that bat straight. This is one area where Mohammad Wasim can improve.
Just over his head. Ryan King doing the fielding.
Change of bat, not very happy with that stroke, Mohammad Wasim. Just a little early into that stroke. And thankfully went quite high, because Curtly Ambrose is a tall man. Missed his leaping hands there.
Lovely shot, 4 runs. And this youngster is going to be a quality player. It was mentioned yesterday after he faced a few deliveries, and all he has done since that moment is confirm how good he is, and hopefully how good he will be.
Strokes like that come easier, obviously, when you've got 100, but it's still got to be executed well, and everything was right. Left foot to the ball, body weight through the shot. Perfect.
Man at point on the fence, but consecutive boundaries, 3rd man and a point. And neither of those 2 men could get near the ball. So there's a man at fine leg, a man at mid-wicket on the fence, point on the fence, 3rd man on the fence, and it doesn't matter. A single down to Courtney Walsh with a bit of an unfortunate bounce, and they'll get 2 because he couldn't get it back into his hands, and his fast bowling mate knows that he hasn't actually got Colin Bland down at fine leg.
If anybody would understand, it would be Ambrose. Problem was the ball bounced away from him. Should have just gone straight up and back into his hand, and then he had another, that's the old electric ball, isn't it? Won't stay in your hands. So it was a double fumble.
And that's in the air. 2 men out for the hook shot and boundary. Well, Walsh induced the shot that he wanted. It was in the air for a long time, but reasonably flat.
Hit it very hard too. He's got into a great position to play that pull shot. He was in control of it in as much as the ball didn't get above shoulder height. And it's fairly whacked into that fence there.
And that's out. That has got to be out. Mr. Umpire, put your finger up. And Courtney Walsh can't believe it. The slow ball, which obviously was lost by Imran Nazir in the background, and that his legs stopped it hitting the stumps. Slow ball. And Courtney Walsh can't believe it. No LBWs in this game so far. Lovely shot, and that is a boundary. Well, what a way to start your spell. Just get it in near enough the right spot, not too bad. Just outside off stump, and suddenly a bloke on 117 goes to 121. And Rio King doing some limbering up exercises. In the air, and again just short and through the hands before. So the rash shot was there, but a boundary is resulted.
Fieldsman having to make that awful decision. Do I dive forward and perhaps lose a tooth or two? And it's made in a split second. It's just pitched in front of him, and of course then he had little chance of stopping it. McLean got excited for a moment or two. Chanderpaul, the man who had the decision to make.
In the air, and well, 200 up, courtesy of another poor piece of fielding. And we can make excuses for the fact that Walsh has bowled a lot of deliveries, but at the end of the day, that is as poor as you'll see at this level.
Once again, there was a case for trying to get something behind it. Didn't quite carry. Once again, it's amazing how often that's happened, but really, you've got to get down in a long barrier or try and put some hands on it somewhere.
There once again, Rion King opting for that in-swing and paying the penalty because he doesn't have a lot of cushion there to run away to the boundary. It's an excellent shot. Pakistan stretched their lead 66, and they're now 211 without one.
That's gone. Broken the partnership. Finally, Rion King with that in-swinger. And umpire Rudy Kurtzin raises a finger. A relief for the West Indies. And a tremendous opening partnership of 219 between Imran Nazir and Mohammad Wasim ended by Rion King's in-swinger.
Quick delivery from Rion King. Mohammad Wasim missing the line completely, and once again there you see the face of the bat closed in that in-swing. And that is pretty plumb. Gone after making a wonderful 82, and Pakistan lose their first wicket for 219.
New batsman in. West Indies have just put in an additional slip. Brought in the man from the deep leg side boundary to square leg. Lovely shot. Chase now for Adams. He won't get there. The outfield is too fast, and Yunus Khan picks up where Mohammad Wasim had left off with a lovely shot to get off the mark.
This is a lovely stroke to get off the mark. Full face of the bat and driving nicely through mid-off. That is what you do to an in-swinger. Try to play it towards the mid-off region.
Long way out. Had to hit the stumps. Well, perhaps he might not have been there. Wavell Hines, the fielder, having to move to his right, and confusion over whether to come for the leg by or not. So Imran Nazir still going. Here's that last ball of the previous over. They weren't too certain whether to go for the leg by or not. Had it hit the stumps, that would have been gone. And you really need to pick up these half chances. Magnificent shot, and passing the fielder at backward point. That's Hines diving. He really threw the bat at that, gave it everything. I think the instructions are pretty clear from the Pakistan camp here. Go out and play a natural game.
Tony, that's a typical West Indian square drive, isn't it? That is what Greenidge and Haynes used to deliver against Pakistan. Beautiful shot. Although there was a deep point in place, missed it.
Yeah, he's just come in, this fellow. He's got 4 stitches under his right eye. And he's playing as if it's the last couple of overs of a limited overs game. 3 boundaries off 7 balls.
What a hit. Entertainment value. Yunus Khan in an absolutely brilliant touch here. 3 boundaries.
Gone. Imran Nazir drives into the lap of Jimmy Adams. And how often do we see one batsman go in a long partnership and another one follow?
Well, not a great shot from Imran Nazir. Driving on the up, he hasn't done that right throughout this innings. Went straight to Jimmy Adams, who made no mistake this time. So Rion King picking up his 2nd wicket, an important one. Imran Nazir lasting a wonderful 131 of 180 deliveries. Pakistan 232 for 2.
Inzamam ul-Haq comes in now to replace Imran Nazir. So both openers gone after that tremendous partnership of 219. Edge just wide. And perhaps just a little bit short as well of Sherwin Campbell. No second slip in there, in spite of the fact that it's a newish batsman. The second slip might have been able to make the grab. 4th boundary for Yunus Khan. 236 for 2 in the commentary box now. Robin Chapman and Michael Holding, who will carry you through until lunch.
Thank you, Tony. Wasim 82, Nazir 131, the 2 men out this morning. And how brilliantly they played. Aided and abetted by some fairly inept fielding at times. Oh, more poor fielding. That's a very good shot as well. Now, will this be fielded properly? Yes, it is. McLean, the man down there, and there's a big mix-up. It's safe in the end.
Well, Yunus Khan certainly has made his intentions clear since he has arrived at the crease. The stroke play has told us that Pakistan are looking for runs quickly. His running between the wickets indicates the same thing. But of course, on this occasion, his partner is Inzamam ul-Haq. And we know Inzi is not very famous for his running.
Brilliant outside edge. Now suddenly things just start to turn round a little bit. King's 3rd wicket.
And deservedly so. He has been bowling well this morning, Rion King. Bowling with good pace, but also consistently. Perhaps, if you want to be critical, you could say that he might just be a bit fortunate to get a wicket with that sort of delivery. Short and wide outside off stump, but it was a bit of pace also that defeated Yunus Khan. 248 for 3.
Yusuf Yohana fresh off a century in the 1st innings. 115 that held that innings together. And 37 for 5. This is why he's out there.
Good pace here from Rion King. Ball bouncing, taking the top edge on the way through to the wicketkeeper. Although it was perhaps not the best delivery that he has bowled all day, certainly deserving of the wickets.
Lovely straight drive. King couldn't get down in time. It's a long chase and it's going to be very close indeed. That's the longest boundary on the ground, and Sarwan pulls it back as they come back for 3.
Well, this one was beautifully timed by Inzamam ul Haq. Beautiful follow through as well. High elbow, still head, and playing through the line nicely. Inzamam. It's a little too quick for Rion King to get down in time to stop that one.
And pulled away beautifully. Not all that short, but it just came in at the last moment to allow Inzamam to continue on with the shot. Not in the middle of the bat, but good enough.
Just a little bit too short there from Rion King. Not too sure if he was actually trying to bang the ball in to bowl a bouncer, because not too many deliveries have been pitched that short before.
It's gone away very fine and will probably beat King. It does. And there was bat involved. End of the over, 288 for 3.
It has been an important innings from Inzamam ul Haq. Once again, defending well. When 3 wickets had fallen, he's come in and...
Caught and bowled. Inzamam is rooted to the spot, but now realises he has to make his lonely way back to the pavilion. And Courtney Walsh gets yet another test wicket.
Just about to say that he was looking very solid, but not solid on that occasion. A Yorker length, and there you see him trying to work that ball away towards onside, getting a leading edge, and Courtney Walsh deservedly picking up a wicket here. An important one. Getting it on the side of the bat, Inzamam ul Haq would be disappointed here. He's looking very, very good. Gone for 29 in Pakistan, 294 for 4.
Well, Abdul Razak has come in above his captain, Mohan Khan. Slower ball from Courtney Walsh, full toss, leading edge. And Inzamam is absolutely devastated. Watched it very carefully. Fairly simple catch for Courtney Walsh. Corner covers. Pakistan in trouble now. Adams the catcher. And hey, the game turns again.
Well, a loose stroke from Yusuf Johanna, considering that he has just lost Inzamam ul Haq, showing inexperience here. Driving on the up, head high, and beautifully taken by Jimmy Adams. Diving, making sure that he gets in it both in his hands. Gone for 19 in Pakistan, 294 for 5.
Mohan Khan comes in at a very important time for his country. Last man out, Johanna, just an extravagant stroke, especially in the light of having just lost his batting partner, Inzamam. What a good catch from Jimmy Adams.
It was hit pretty hard, but straight to Jimmy Adams, the West Indies captain, making no mistake there.
That's a good shot. Haven't seen too many of those.
Well, lovely shot. Diving Jimmy Adams, but the ball went straight past Jimmy Adams and hit the metal on the fence at extra cover.
Shiny, isn't it? Quite a lot of gold writing on it. The West Indies emblem stamped on one side. Currently Ambrose, of course, will be looking to take some wickets, because the West Indies certainly don't want the silver medal in this game.
seems to me that Ambrose is going to bowl into the slight breeze here at Kensington. That's going from third man to mid-on.
In the air, but in front of square. Just evading Adrian Griffith, who was on square leg.
Not sure whether Adrian Griffith initially lost the ball, then he starts to go. Just looked like he's a little bit leaden-footed there at backward square leg. And then picked it up and started to go. And this is probably why Adams was reluctant to take that second new ball, because the ball does come off the bat much more quickly, and boundaries could become a problem for the West Indies if they're not careful.
More runs. A good shot again, gone through. That's the problem with the new ball. Once it gets hit, it will go.
Nice shot and some nice aggression shown with this second new ball, certainly by the Pakistan batsman. So Jimmy Adams trying to encourage his bowlers. A really important part of this test match, the next half an hour or so. Still 33 overs remaining today, so a lot of cricket to be played today. Maybe the next half an hour will set it up.
McLean has to be very careful with the length that he bowls. All the ball was doing just a bit in the air because of this reverse swing and because of the fact that half of it had a pretty high sheen, or at least that worked a lot on one half. But this new ball now, with both sides of the ball having perhaps an equal amount of shine on it, would not be doing as much. No bias to be encountered yet, so he has to be careful with the length. That's not the length. Good drive again. Jimmy Adams doing the chasing. He won't make it. Not just the shot was good, the placement was very good indeed.
4 boundaries in 12 deliveries, and we went such a long time without any real scoring, just leading up to tea, and suddenly now the West Indies have got some thinking to do.
McLean into his 13th over, just broken by T, the spell. 10 overs before T, then a bit of a break, and this is his third since T. Again, that's through. Again, it's 4. Again, the new ball hits the concrete. It's 3:28 for 5.
Very nearly went back onto that leg stump. Ambrose causing a few problems here now.
There was also earlier that a delivery got up from Courtney Walsh and hit Yusuf Johanna on the arm. Similar kind of the length. Moin Khan extremely lucky that that ball didn't roll up to hit the stumps.
And a magnificent blow through extra cover, posing once he's hit that one. And did he ever hit it? That is a shot. And he just stood there after he played it, made sure the photographers all got the shot. Hit it on the rise. Lovely follow through. And bang between extra cover and mid-off. And after that, we'll have a change in commentators. Robin Jackman is in the box, and with him, Michael Holding.
Razak 30 then, Moin Khan 14. The partnership a very valuable 47 when one considers the situation when they joined each other. Bowled him out. Lack of pace, I would suggest, was his undoing. Bottom edge. And a very, very crucial breakthrough for the West Indies. David Hooks is back from the Trini posse and will shortly be joined by Tony Cozier.
Well, the bottom edge on the lack of bounce on this pitch late in the afternoon. Very important breakthrough. Slow innings from Moin Khan, and he's paid the ultimate penalty. Clean bowled. 14 from 79 deliveries. 341 for 6.
Wasim Akram comes in, former captain replacing present captain Moin Khan, chopping on to Jimmy Adams.
Just that bounce that wasn't there.
Left arm over the wicket, the angle, and then a little bit of turn further away. Moin Khan going one way, the ball the next. And off the under edge into the stumps.
Now, this is a very good time for Jimmy Adams to be bowling. These footmarks are perilously close to where Wasim Akram's going to have to land his front foot. And I would have an extra man on that offside. So Yunus, Mushtaq and Saqlain to come.
"14 overs remain for the day. 21 overs above that are the number of overs bowled since the second new ball has been taken. And it will be interesting to see how Wasim Akram handles this situation. He's not one to be defensive for very long. Hits the ball very hard and hits it well. He's gone. Wasim Akram walks off. Jimmy Adams has the wicket. And a defensive Wasim Akram giving himself out. Rudy Kurtzen may just have nodded, as he tends to do. Wasim Akram just walking off. 7th wicket down, 341.
Great moment for West Indies. Bat to pad quite easily. And an easy catch at bat pad. Akram just coming forward, and that's the problem when you play with your bat next to your pad. And that might be a great moment for the West Indies at the moment, but it might send shudders through the plethora of left-handers in their team. It's 341 for 7.
Saqlain Mushtaq, who will have a much more important role to play in this match as a bowler than a batsman, now comes in. The lead is 196, so a 3-wicket standing. And Saqlain Mushtaq comes in to join Abdur Razak with Waqar Yunus and Mushtaq Ahmed to come. Here's how Wasim Akram went.
And it didn't hit the rough either. And one of the problems about batting when you've got rough in front of you, or a pitch that's not playing normally, is you can worry about the rough and then you get out to the normal ball. That's just a normal delivery from a very part-time finger spinner. But the penalty again for playing with your bat next to your pad. And that always gives the chance of bringing in the bat pad, and Jimmy Adams signalling it's out.
As you say, very occasional left-arm spinner, Jimmy Adams, but the more work he's had, and he's had a bit of work to do recently, the better he's got. Seems to enjoy bowling here. In his debut test match, got 4 wickets against South Africa. Got 5 in an innings against New Zealand here in '96. More than...
Bit of swing, but pretty good shot and well fielded.
Well, we've seen Abdur Razak drive quite forcefully through the offside. He went towards mid-on this occasion. Just a little bit of in-drift for Rion King, and beautifully fielded by Nixon McLean. Driving full length, showing commitment early in the day.
Rion King just starting a little bit wayward this morning. Close shot, but just fractionally outside the off stump, one would have thought.
And that's close. And off his body. Off the keeper, off the batsman, onto the stumps.
Just a little bit of excitement created here. There, the stumps are intact, but oh, went over and spun back. Bellata ball.
And did he get some bat on it? It'll go all the way to the boundary, and that will hurt the scorers. And 4 runs signalled by umpire Eddie Nichols. That ends the over, 3:59 for 7. Good piece of bowling by Adams. They'll look for 2 and get it easily because Courtney Walsh is there.
That could go all the way. If it does, it will be his half-century. King is after it, has a chance of pulling it back and makes a hash of it ready and brings up the half-century. That's a pretty slack effort by Rion King. I know the situation out there is very relaxed at the moment, but really should have done better to save that. Chance for a run out. Just missing. Scampering the single. Ramnaresh Sharwan picking up from backward point. Just missing at the bowler's end. He might well have had.
Lunchtime declaration would give Pakistan 4 hours. Of course, you'd have to think about the overs that would be bowled. That was roughly 60 overs in the afternoon. One would think on this pitch, the West Indies would be confident of surviving 60 overs.
Whack. Over mid-off, 4.
They enjoyed that. Full toss.
Now on 6 and over, don't get out. How often has that been said? Adams every now and again.
I rather doubt that. That's a good shot, though. That brings up 4 runs.
Good stroke this from Razak. Adams just a little short, but it was the width that was afforded him that allowed him to play the stroke. Played it beautifully. Trouble here if he hits. Oh, that's 2 opportunities that the youngsters had, and I don't think he's missed by much on either occasion.
Yeah, a lot of time to take some aim because there was a lot of hesitation here between Sakin Mushtaq and Imran Nazir, the runner. He would have been out by a distance.
In the air, over cover. There is a sweeper, but he's not going to cut it off. Good stroke.
And here's the first ball after the break. Banged away, and he'll go for 4. So we're going to see some of this. No question about it. We saw some of it before the lunch interval.
Well, taking the mid-wicket route this time, Abdur Razzaq, and connecting it quite well and placing it quite beautifully away from that deep square leg fieldsman, who has now been positioned at well, towards the mid-wicket area.
I think our graphic does that shot justice, which it really didn't deserve. A pull or a hook, it said. It's a good old-fashioned slog. Like that one. And that's gone a long way, down towards the boundary. Back he goes, takes a good catch. Chris Gale coming back to hold the catch, a substitute. Really got hold of it, Abdur Razzaq. Looked as if it might have gone all the way from the sound on the bat. And Gale, the substitute, running backwards and making a good catch. Well timed.
Well, choosing the longest part of the boundary to clear the fielder, Abdur Razzaq. Hit it quite nicely, middled it as well. But nice catch by Chris Gale, who had to run backwards to collect that one. Nice and easily done. Looking at the boundary, and he made it quite easily in the end. A very good innings from Abdur Razzaq comes to an end. Gone for 72 and Pakistan 4.
Just over his head. And there's a run-out chance here. Wrong end. Jimmy Adams could have had Waqar Younis run out at the batsman's end quite comfortably.
Not a case of third time lucky for the West Indies. Earlier tried to run out Saklan Mushtaq twice. This would have been a run-out chance as well. Ball just lobbing over the outstretched arms of Nixon McLean. Jimmy Adams covering that ball and having a shot at the stumps, not hitting them once again.
Just over his head. Very difficult to time. Bowler following through. Worked away down to Rian King. So Waqar Younis gets off the mark. So the highest total of the match now, 416 for 8. West Indies made 398 in their first innings. Pakistan dismissed on the first day. 253. No ball. McLean with very slack work, lack of concentration out there by Chandapol. Things very relaxed out in the middle now, and perhaps a little difficult to concentrate. Chandapol, usually such a good fielder. Off stump right out of the ground. Came right across, trying to hit it to the leg side. Lovely to see a stump flying, and Nixon McLean gets his second wicket. 9 down now for 419, and it looks as if Moyne is calling them in. I haven't got the message yet. Mushtaq hasn't appeared, but he has called them in. That's the end of the innings. So they haven't continued it very long after the lunch interval. 2 wickets falling within the space of 2 overs, and Pakistan declaring at 419 for 9.
Saklan Mushtaq trying to innovate a few things here. Going right across that one and losing his off stump. Nixon McLean finding the target this time. Picked up more. Rian King getting the best figures for the West Indies. 4 wickets for 82. And Jimmy Adams also teasing some of the Pakistani batsmen, picking up 2. Nixon McLean picking up Saklan to pick up 2 for his 23.4 overs.
Magnificent straight drive down the ground for 4.
Well, Waqar Younis was a little expensive in the first innings. Seemed to carry on where he left. This is a beautiful cricket. Campbell driving through the line, just staying on the back foot a little, and then came on the front foot just in time to really middle that one.
And that's attempted pull shot, very close, and so it was either too full to play the pull shot, or it didn't get up as much as he thought, or a combination of both. But a very important breakthrough for the Pakistan. West Indies lose their first wicket.
Well, Eddie Nichols hasn't really been giving too many LBWs. But that was short. Was short, hitting him above the pad. Knee was bent. Not too sure if that was absolutely sure of hitting the stumps. But it certainly didn't bounce as high as he expected. High enough, perhaps to go over the top. Not so in Mr. Eddie Nichols' opinion. Adrian Griffith is a bit disappointed, but he has to go. It's 15 for 1.
15 for 1. Adrian Griffith, the man who I thought could have played a very important role out LBW to Waqar Younis in the previous over. Well bowled. Excellent short ball. Consecutive overs, consecutive wickets, and the previous delivery was a beauty. He was done in the first innings, Campbell, by the ball before that really gave him some problems, and this time off Wasim Akram, very good short ball, and Campbell unable to keep it down.
Very good short ball indeed. Pitched in line with the stumps and straightened, just kept on coming back at Sherwin Campbell. Well, that's the nature of this great bowler, Wasim Akram. Good pace, good line. Simple catch to the man at gully. West Indies 2 down for 15.
Shivnarine Chandapur is the man to come in for the West Indies. He comes there because Wasim Akram bowled a beauty. The ball before, and that one just a fraction more towards the right shoulder of Sherwin Campbell, and an easy catch to Shahid Afridi. Well bowled, great delivery. Dug out by Chandapur, no third man, and go very close to the boundary line. In fact, it makes it. Well, that delivery doesn't deserve a boundary off it.
Just to show you that he's thinking so much, Wasim Akram. Change the field, put in a mid-on to let the batsman think, well, that's a bit more protection for me on the onside in case you mistime that hook. And then he attempts a Yorker. Got it on the full Shivnarine Chandapur, just slightly over-pitched from Wasim Akram.
And a lovely shot. Got inside it, down towards Younis, and the ball's bobbled between the legs for 4.
Wasim Akram would be very disappointed with that. Takes a lot of effort to try and bowl these bouncers. Just bobbled a bit as it got to Waqar Younis.
End of a very good over, but 9 runs came from it, 30 for 2. Ow! And that's what happens when you take your eye off the ball. No one can't come in to see if Hines is all right.
And that's because of the inconsistent bounce here again. Saw the length. Normally it would have gone over his head from that length. Very, very short delivery. Gabriel Hines taking his eyes off the ball, and The ball not bouncing anywhere near as high as he thought it would. In the first innings would have taught him that that ball would have gone over the top, but it's the 5th day. Bounce is going to be inconsistent.
Well bowled, and it's flown between first and second slip for 4. Both of them almost looked at one another. And the end of the over. 38 for 2. Well, there's the appeal, and out, says Rudy Kutson. Chanderpaul on his way, hardly looked at the umpire, I must be fair. He knew he'd hit it. And, hey.
Well, Chanderpaul had decided beforehand that he was going to come down the track to Mushtaq Ahmed, irrespective whether he got to the pitch of the ball or not. Bat and then the pad, and the ball lobbing easily to Salim it off. Mohammad Wasim taking a very easy catch. It's an important wicket. Chanderpaul could play the spin as well. He's gone for 16 in Pakistan, 41 for 3.
That's a nice shot. Very fine indeed. A long chase around here to the boundary, but he won't get there. No, he won't. Just goes for 4. Long chase around here for Inzamam.
And that'll do the big fellow the world of good. Nice positive shot. Indy just gently checking that it hits the wall.
Just eluding the short leg fielder. Eventually off the pad. And back. So 2 runs raises a 50 for the West Indies. Adams sweeping here. Just hit it hard into the ground. Thought it might just have come from the pad, but he hit the ground and over the leg slip. Mushtaq very anxious as the ball was going through the air. He's grunting and groaning.
And lovely delivery. He may have just got a bottom edge to prevent it from coming onto the stumps. And no signal from the umpire, so a couple of close calls there for Adams. 53 for 3.
So Mushtaq now with the last over before tea. West Indies captain Jimmy Adams in strike. Well saved. There's an appeal for a run out as Hines slides home. Good piece of work out in the covers by Sackling.
He couldn't find the ball initially, and there it was. Good release, and he hit the stumps. Good piece of umpiring. In fact, he didn't hit the stumps. Nolan Khan losing the ball anyway. Yeah, Mushtaq trying to work out what he's going to do. The umpire is having to ask for the stumps to be set correctly. Good piece of footing by Sackling out at point.
They'll be asking a lot. Umpire Kurtzman says not out. Dangerous ploy that. There's a man back there as well for that attempted sweep. We've seen it twice from Hines now.
Not out, but that's one of the reasons I'd like to see that man at back at square leg move. Get Hines playing that shot more often. Admittedly, he's playing with the man there, so it defeats a bit of the argument. But perhaps if he wasn't there, he would be playing it more often and to more balls that aren't in the right spot. That's what you're trying to get him to do.
Lovely googly, beautiful bowling, says Moin Khan behind the stumps. You can't disagree with that. Perfectly pitched googly. Nice bounce.
for youngsters watching this will tell you the difference between when you know the googly is there and when you don't.
Pulled away well. Was in position for that and did read it for the leg break. Was in position early. Good shot.
Just notice the difference between Griffith and Mohan Khan here for the wrong one. Griffith's not sure what it is, so he goes to the ball. Mohan Khan knows exactly what it is, and there he is. Hines, I beg your pardon, goes directly to the line of the ball. Mohan Khan knows that it's the googly, and his gloves are in the perfect spot. So a lovely piece of wicket keeping.
And certainly read that one. Short enough for him to get in position. Last ball before tea now. Off the front pad, not out. And that's the over and tea, says Rudy Kurtzon. A really tense period for the West Indies, and there's some more to come in the session after the interval, the last session of the second test of the series.
Was a lucky break. He'll get 4 for it, but nowhere near convincing.
Jimmy Adams saying, yeah, you got a bit of edge on it, and it rattled on the ground. So the umpire signalled runs, and it went straight along the ground. So that is the one that runs along the ground, preceded a couple of deliveries before by the one that bounced waist high. So couldn't tell whether he hit it or not.
Good shot. That should get to the boundary. It does.
Nice positive shot, and that'll give the youngster some confidence. Just knows that he's still got a cover drive in his closet. An extra loop. And he waited for the ball to come to him, so he's moved along to 23. Been there an hour and a half. This partnership now has been together for 49 minutes. And Mohan Khan has to find a bowler that's going to get a wicket.
Captain experienced in these conditions, in these circumstances. That's another 4. Overpitched and then too short.
Another reason why Wasim Akram needs to come into the attack, because the bowlers themselves can get frustrated and flustered because they're bowling very well and yet no reward. So suddenly try something a bit different, loop it up, it gets hit through the covers for 4, try perhaps a top spinner, you drag it down, and the youngster whacks it through mid-wicket for another boundary. Just need to stay nice and calm, Pakistan, address the situation, change them around until you can find somebody who can get this breakthrough.
End of a very productive over for the West Indies. Send the 2 for 3. Make that 10.
Adams very good in that shot. That's the problem with Saclane going over the wicket. He's now decided to go around the wicket because when he bowls over the wicket, that's the best part of the pitch from a batsman's point of view that he's bowling into.
Bowling, Saki, bowling.
All the footmarks are there, so around the wicket, over the wicket, it's going that way, missing them. at least around the wicket, Adams is going to have to think about where the ball's going to land a lot more.
Bowling.
And it's just a mental thing for the batsman. Adams now knows the ball's going to come into his body and spin away. That's one thing to think about. He knows the rough is there, which doesn't really come into play because the ball's leaving the bat. But he has to be aware, who knows what's going to happen if the ball lands in the rough. Whereas when Chicane is over the wicket trying to get the extra spin, the ball's hitting a pretty flat part of the pitch and behaving pretty predictably.
Oh, bowling.
Full toss, and that will get through.
Easy boundary for Jimmy Adams. Nice placement. Man at mid-off, man at cover, so he's put it between the two.
Well, this was very close. Wow. Almost a similar kind of a delivery that Jimmy Adams got in the first inning. It was declared out caught. Difference being that Vijatullah couldn't grab that.
There's that googly, but playing with very soft hands, just loosening the wrist so that even when he hasn't read the ball going away from him, he's kept it down. And he gets 3 for it.
It's looked pretty solid, Wavell Hines. What a change when he was batting in the one days. He was struggling to pick Mushtaq Ahmed. Defending, kicking the ball away, doing his level best to not give his wicket away.
Moeen gets another knock on the head. We saw Ian Healy use a helmet here in the Caribbean, keeping wicket. We also saw Jack Russell when England came 2 seasons ago doing the same thing. Might be an idea for Moeen Khan to get that protection as well. Bit of a collision in mid-pitch. Saw that here last year with the rather dire consequences. On this occasion, no harm done. Last year it was in a one-day international, Shervin Campbell colliding with Brendan Julian in Australia, causing a crowd disturbance. And look at this collision. Hines and Sacklane, but they return this time coming to the bowler's end. Adams just getting in. Lovely cover drive, magnificently played it. You hardly heard it come off the bat, didn't seem to have any effort at all timing, and racing to the cover boundary for 4.
And beautiful adjustment as well. This was the floater, and it bounced just a little bit. Wavell Hines, and he adjusted beautifully. Made sure that he hit it over the head of the covers fieldsman. And Zamam ul Haq had no chance.
Goes to 34, so he's got 200 runs for the match, following his 165 in the first innings. Correction, 38 now from that 30. It was 34. That boundary carries into 38. So 200 runs in the match, which is a little bit different to the last match he played here against the Pakistan team. That was the under-19s back in 1997. Got to double duck in that under-19 test. Shahid Afridi got him on both occasions.
Over.
Into the over, 95 for 3.
Cola. Coca-Cola Enjoy.
a change in bowling. Sakhalin is going to come off, just checking the time with umpire Kurtzon and the number of overs remaining and getting everything sorted out. Well, then again, he may just be saying, well, do you really think they should have taken me off now? Mushtaq is going to come on. 20 overs minimum remaining. 5:05 is the scheduled close of play. So if they get through those 20 overs before 5:05, they go on until the appointed time. If they go past 5:05, well, then they have to close when 20 overs are up. Mushtaq now replacing Sakhalin. And they'll come back for a second. Hines doing well with that loosening of the grip, just to keep the ball on the ground, make sure it doesn't fly off the outside edge.
He's also looked very relaxed, uptight, as we saw him to be in the one-days. Sakhan keeping things very tight. It's 23 runs scored of 14 overs.
He's gone across the line again with this one. Mushtaq won't be too upset by that. Hines has looked more vulnerable with that shot than any other, but he struck that one well. Jimmy Adams comes down to have a word with him.
Banking on the stroke that can get him runs here. Wavell Hines not intimidated at all in playing that one across the line, although didn't middle it, but he had a gap there to place the ball nicely in it.
Fielding change here for Mushtaq to Jimmy Adams. Inzamam comes into leg slip. 4 fielders around the bat and put away for 4. Fine shot by Adams. Standing up straight. 11 runs have come off that over. 100 has been raised. It's now 106 for 3.
Wavell Hines had a wonderful game. 165 in the first innings. 46 got out in the second innings to date. And the amount of good this will do this young man early in his career is difficult to calculate. .34 in the Georgetown Test, and he'll remember Bridgetown for a long time to come. Averaging 78 in Test cricket. This is 4th match. Vociferous appeal from Mushtaq Ahmed, but ignored by the umpire.
Very rightly so. He has offered a stroke and he has been hit well wide of off stump.
Beautiful stroke, and that takes Hines to 50. Second of the match.
Looking very relaxed about it all, Wavell Hines. Lots of room out there on the offside for him to drive through, and he did it well. Lofted drive, but absolutely no fielders anywhere near extra cover. Just got his foot close to the pitch of the ball. And century.
Down the wicket, and not so convincing that stroke, but he'll get 2 for it, thanks to some really good running from Jimmy Adams. Very urgent then, the West Indian captain. And with a wonky knee.
Doesn't want to get carried away at this point now, though, Wavell Hines. Although the West Indies are going well at the moment. This partnership producing 72 runs. Still 15 overs theoretically to go after this one. Less attacking fielders again. Another one departs, goes into the extra cover region. It's pretty good going for such a young man.
Big appeal gone now. Almost as Michael Holding was saying it, as if he sensed it. That just might not be good for the home team.
It's not over until it's over. And just got the feeling that Mabel Hines had figured that he had done enough, getting another half century. Top edge through to Moin Khan. Absolutely no doubt about that. Mabel Hines didn't even wait on the umpire's signal. It's 113 for 4.
Remnaresh Sawan, one of the heroes from the first innings, 84 not out. He makes his way to what might be an even more important innings. Nearly got a leading edge. And there'll be here. And Khan not pleased with the throw-in. Waka Yunus, the perpetrator.
Down the ground for 4. Waka Yunus will just chop behind it to retrieve. So Sawan coming down the wicket and driving away for 4. Lovely shot again. Down the wicket, using the feet.
Well, 2 very good shots. This kid is going to have a very good tour of England. Then he goes to Australia at the end of this year. So what an exciting 6 or 7 months ahead for this youngster.
Over called. So 132 for 4 at the end of the over. And they've now decided that that is enough. Handshakes all round. Moin Khan has conceded that the match is now beyond Pakistan's clutches. They've made the West Indies really fight very hard, but in the end, the West Indies have saved the match comfortably, but not without alarms. And a test match which has fluctuated one way and then the other. And a test which has been dominated by the batsmen, still coming to a tense conclusion on the last day. West Indies, their second innings delayed by the late declaration of Moin, waited until after lunch, and perhaps he'll rue that decision this evening. West Indies started shakily losing the 2 opening batsmen to the new ball. Then Chanderpaul going cheaply for 16, 41 for 3 at that stage, the innings wobbling, but then a partnership of 72, which occupied 102 minutes between Hines and Adams, just about settled the match for the West Indies. Wavell Hines, following his first innings, 165 with 52, and Jimmy Adams, appropriately the captain there at the end, with 34, and his young partner Remnaresh Sawan not out in either innings in his first test match. 84 in the first, 11 in the second, and what an impression he has created. 132 for 4 in the end then, and another 5 overs remaining when the captains decided to call things off. Wazam Akram and Waka Yunus a wicket each, but as we expected, the spinners were the ones on whom Moin Khan depended very heavily to try and bowl the West Indies out. They gave them trouble, but they couldn't do the job. In fact, Saqlain Mushtaq failing to get a wicket in his 21 overs, Mushtaq getting 2 in his 20.